Welcome to Producing Unscripted
with Joke and Biagio.
YouTube enhanced version. Clickable table of contents in description below.
This episode.
It's episode 7. Think you found a great world for a reality TV show or documentary series? We'll give you 4 ways to be sure. Why you should get to know us, even if you don't have a show to pitch right now. As owners of the company, how hands-on do the two of us get when making TV shows? And if you're gonna have a child, should you test market their name first? Music courtesy Dave Pellman Music.
DavePellman.com.
All right, everybody, welcome to episode 7 of Producing Unscripted. She's Joke.
He's Biagio.
We're married. We make unscripted film and television and want to help you do the same, hopefully by teaming up with us. And I'll tell you what, we are pretty busy right now, aren't we, Joke? Your head's kind of spinning.
Yeah, it's all kind of swimming in there. There's too many projects kind of swimming together.
There's a lot of projects happening right now. But I'm so excited. As you know, a few episodes back, I talked about us having to divide and conquer. Well, we're fortunate that we're going to get to go out and shoot a little pilot together, aren't we, honey?
Yeah, I'm so excited. This week we're going to go, and we have a little crew, but we're both going to have to run second and third camera, so it'll be fun.
I love running around shooting and editing stuff. I'll be sitting in on post a little bit on this one. Obviously, these days I don't have time to edit entire pilots top to bottom because we have so many projects going on. But I am still very hands-on in post. I'll hop in and I'll do polishes. Sometimes I'll take scenes, and usually on a pilot I'll actually sit in and do the final polish myself. And the reason is because budgets are tight and we like to put as much on the screen as we can, which is part of the reason that we like to find other hands-on producers to work with and pitch us stuff.
Absolutely. I think anybody who, gets passionate about a story and can also add in terms of shooting or editing, love them.
Yeah, whatever filmmaking skill it is that you have, like you're extra valuable when you pitch a show if you can work on it. So, if you have great filmmaking skills and you have a great attitude, you need to be pitching to us. It's that simple. That's why we're doing this podcast. You're the kind of person we want to work with. So do yourself a favor, sign up for our newsletter at producingunscripted.com/newsletter and start building a relationship with us. Because even if you don't have a show to pitch right now, if you are a terrific shooter, if you're a great editor, if you are an awesome producer, I want to know about you. Sign up, write us an email, get to know us a little bit. Let us know you're out there. Maybe you don't have a show for us right now. Maybe we'll hire you on one of our other shows. We're always looking for great people. And to me, someone who's great in this industry is someone who knows how to make stuff. If you're one of those people that goes out and you shoot and you edit your own stuff, please get to know us.
One of the ways we said that you could make yourself valuable to a project was to find a very unique world. So today we want to talk about what that means, how you can define such a world. And again, that world may already be around you. So let us help identify those worlds around you that could potentially be a great show.
Yeah, listen, characters are always important. Characters. But sometimes it really is the world of the show that is the star. It really is the world of a show that makes those characters work, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Some examples of shows where worlds are bigger than the characters themselves. I think one example is Hillbilly, Handfishin. It's a great show, it's a fun show, but if you look at the two main guys, the stars of that show, do they really have enough going on in their personal lives to carry a docusoap? Probably not. But the world of Hillbilly Handfishing all of a sudden gives this entire hook that the show is based on. So it's really that world that makes those guys stars.
And that's, for those of you who haven't seen the show, that's catching fish with your hand, is big catfish with putting your hand in their mouths. And, it's very visual. It's kind of scary. It's kind of a cool world to do. You can bring people into that world who are fish out of water and get a lot of, comedy and drama out of that.
It really is sort of the world that makes those characters. Whereas if you look like a show like Flipping Out with Jeff Lewis, in a lot of way, it's his character that shapes that world.
Right.
Because he could work in any business, right, Joe?
I mean, you could have Dog the Bounty Hunter as a hairdresser, and I'd watch that show. If it's Dog as an undertaker, I'll watch that show. He's just such a big character that, you'd probably watch him in any world. Some shows, you're really watching for the world. one of the biggest examples of that kind of really defined the genre is Deadliest Catch. The Bering Sea, the idea of these fishermen out on the water for that long in those dangerous, weather conditions, having to fish and get enough because this is going to have to sustain their family, make enough money to sustain their family for the rest of the year that when it's not fishing season. That's an interesting world where there's stakes, where it's very visual and stuff is happening. Yes, over the years, those captains definitely became characters that you wanted to tune into. But overall, the biggest character in that show is the world of the Bering Sea.
Specifics, people. I need specifics. Specifics.
Here are 4 qualities you should look for in potential worlds for your unscripted TV shows, documentary series, reality TV shows.
Number 1.
Needs to be visual. You want to go out there and be able to point the camera in any direction and get great pictures.
What is visual about this world? What's exciting? If it's a lot of stuff happening in people's brains or online, it's really hard to get that across. There's this great world of internet startups. And, the question is, what am I seeing? It's, hipsters sitting at a desk riding a skateboard from cubicle to cubicle. Where if you say, listen, there's a 30-day gator hunting season in Louisiana, you go, wait, what? And it's guys on little boats killing gators, dragging them on the boat. Now the boat's almost sinking because they have 6 gators that they have to go and, weigh, and they get paid by the pound. It's wow, visually, because television is a visual medium, that is such a rich world that I want to go explore.
That, of course, is the show Swamp People that she's talking about. And that leads us into quality number 2. The world should feel like a discovery. And I do think Swamp People is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, it's the idea that, wow, this world existed in this country and I had no idea about it. But it could be a world, down in the Louisiana bayou like Swamp People, or on New York Park Avenue where you have Pregnant in Heels, Rosie Pope, who runs a concierge service for mamas-to-be and helps, mamas-to-be anywhere from decorating a nursery to helping to pick out a name. Hey, I don't know what name to pick for my baby, so I think I'll hire someone who is going to do 3 days of testing and focus grouping on whether or not a name is right. I mean, really? Who knew this world existed? I guess that's how the 1%ers live. I don't know, but the idea is that there's different worlds, whether it's down in Louisiana or, up on Park Avenue. Just an amazing world you and I have never seen of and probably wouldn't be part of, just I'm probably never going to go gator hunting. So if you have an idea or of such a world, could be a great TV show. Television allows us the escape to kind of see these worlds and become part of these worlds in a fun and exciting and visual way.
Have we let our daughter down since we didn't focus group her name before we named her?
Yeah, I don't think so. It'll be fine.
Okay, good. All right, moving on. So, quality number 3. The world itself can cause dramatic situations to occur. Now, probably the most obvious example of this
is nature.
Nature, right?
Deadliest Catch, Swamp People, storm chasers. The world itself has high stakes, it's visual, there's drama, it could be life or death, all of those things. But at the same time, if we're just looking at, the world can cause drama, you can also look at the female-driven shows, all the dress shop shows, Say Yes to the Dress and all of those shows where you go and pick a bride's dress or a bridesmaid's dress. Those are a situation where drama will occur. Different family members have different ideas of what the dress would be like. Different bridesmaids want different things for different body types. And so in that one world, there will be drama.
I love that example because basically the world of the dress shop becomes a pressure cooker that brings all the underlying conflicts that exist between family members to the surface.
Exactly.
All right, and quality number 4. Needs to fit somewhere on the TV landscape. We talked a little bit about this last episode with characters. It's the same thing with worlds.
It has to be the right time and the right place, unfortunately. And when you're out there developing in a bubble, that can be very hard to know where to spend your time and your resources. And that's why we're opening this door, so that, you know, you can communicate with us and say, hey, I found this world. Do you think now is the right time for me to spend my time and energy on developing that? And sometimes it absolutely is. It's like, wow, yes, this is that new, that everything that we haven't seen before. And then sometimes we can tell you like, hey, it's not. For example, underwater shows right now, very hard to sell. A lot of networks have tried it and they didn't do well. So whether it's like underwater salvage or underwater treasure hunting, it's just, it's visual and it has the stakes and it has all of that. But it's just a very hard time to sell that right now. Selling a dress shop show right now is very hard. There's a million of them already on television. Selling a tattoo shop show right now is very hard. There's a million of them on television. It's about finding the right time and the right concept and seeing if the marketplace is ready for it.
So to wrap up, the 4 qualities your world for a reality TV show, documentary series, or feature doc needs to have to really be considered. Number 1, needs to be visual. Number 2, should feel like a discovery. Number 3, the world itself can cause dramatic situations to occur. And number 4, needs to fit somewhere in the TV landscape, people.
And that's it. I think if you look at worlds through, you know, those 4 filters, it'll help us all a lot.
Don't forget, as we pointed out in episode 4, producing unscripted.com/004, please don't go and spend a ton of money making a tape on a world that you think you've discovered and you think is great until you follow the step-by-step directions we gave you in that episode. Go and sign up for our newsletter at producingunscripted.com/newsletter, start a dialogue with us, and let us help you decide where to put your time and resources. I mean, we're doing it for free, people. We're handing out free advice. How can you turn it down? So until next time, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like what we're doing, it would mean the world if you would go to producingunscripted.com/iTunes, leave us a rating and a comment. Until next time, we'll see you in a couple weeks, right, Joke?
See you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Producing Unscripted
with Joke and Biagio.